I can't find the tram to get back to my boat. So, Addison, someone's fucking with my boat. Addison doesn't care.
What happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father. Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
I mean, he wanted me to be Pathfinder doesn't really answer the question. He died. And, well, yeah, okay.
In the moment, it saved my life. But it seems my father meant for me to get the role, eventually.
It isn't hereditary. If we wanted an inbred monarchy, we could have left half our gene stock back home.
And yet...
Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess. We don't have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Okay. Are any of these dialogue options going to talk about your particular... Never mind. Here, tell me about your cool... Tell me what you've been doing with yourself as director of the colonies that don't exist.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away.
How's that working out for you?
And here we are, idling.
Yeah, well. Listen, did you want to boink my dad, or what?
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Uh-huh.
Were you friends, or...?
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking. Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something.
Oh, snap.
Much like a colonial director without colonies.
Well, listen, you've got a point there, chick. Okay. What's with all of these people trying to murder us?
There must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack. They disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is. Talk to Kandros if you haven't. He's unfortunately become the head of our military. And as soon as he realizes it, we're in the shit.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
Okay, if you came here to make history without repeating it, why did you put a Solarian who hates Krogans for the my first exposure to Krogans reasons that a Solarian would hate Krogans? Why is that person in charge? Okay. Are these outposts bad? Do they exist?
You've had no colony successes in over a year? How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire.
And we need you to jump to the left.
Andromeda has not cooperated.
You just
And if
teleported!
it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus as Citadel. Not headed by Tan. Or even me.
Okay.
There's also this strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
Okay.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out. That's what you're up against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Okay, Ryder, you did not have to make her do the... You knew that she... You picked a fight for no good reason, Sarah. No wonder she bit your head off. Okay, so this is the tram to get back on the boat, right? Yes. Hi, Cora. What do you have to say for yourself?
Please be advised that
Hey there.
Hyperion docking procedures
You
are
okay?
now complete.
Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Yeah, that's your job. Which one was Addison? Oh, that's mean. Yeah, she's kind of mean.
Yeah, meeting Addison was interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your brother's doing.
Okay, but before I go there, don't I have to meet with the Turian military guy? Kandros? Yeah, that's his name, Kandros.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Couple.
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Okay, what's your job here, bud?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Tell me more about these Ket, including how we gave them their name.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows.
To fight or take
But I've seen
prisoners.
their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Okay, fair. Speaking of a long, long way, why did you come here?
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
And the whole Reapers thing. What? Nobody's mentioning the whole Reapers thing.
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
It's rough out there. I might need backup if you can spare the people.
Can't.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Okay, so there's the Apex terminal, which we absolutely won't ever be touching. But thanks for talking, Kandros. Hey, look, a datapad.
This isn't...
Based on status report 16, Charlie seems to no longer no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Great. Scale down expectations again. Awesome. Hi, what's your deal?
It's not right. It's not fair.
Correct.
What's wrong?
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last.
Okay.
Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
Sounds bad. What did he not do?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder, They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda.
I
but
doubt
the dead
that.
man was his friend. He wouldn't have. There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Okay. What about the whole traitors and exiles and open warfare on the Nexus, and Sloane Jacobs or whatever her name was had to wait a second. Sloane Jacobs is a wrestling name. But Sloane what's-her-face had to turn traitor. There were no murders there? This guy's the first one? Okay.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit.
You have a jail?
Please. Tell Nilken I love him.
Like,
Engineering update.
is that like capital J jailer? Or... Okay, I'm busy. I got other things. I got people to talk to. We'll get to that.
Power coupling is complete.
Hi, are you the scientists?
What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Perhaps both.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Okay.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
Sounds neat.
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop, or lab, you know.
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Okay.
Should report to the docking area at
Cool. Nice to meet you, the scientists. What's your deal?
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Okay.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously.
They haven't come back,
They
have
haven't
they?
reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle.
That's a problem.
I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Well, they're dead, but, yeah, I don't have anything for you.
Your work is important. Don't lose sight of that. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Okay. So find the missing science vessel. Can totally do that. Hi, Chief Lucan.
engineering update.
Hi, Pathfinder.
Working on access
Want to hit some rocks for
power
science?
supply period.
Yes! That's the best pitch! I will totally hit rocks for science.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Yay, money! What do we use money for?
Technicians, please report to
Is
the
there capitalism in space? Hold on. We've always been in space. It's Mass Effect. But is there capitalism
In space!
when it comes to Andromeda? Probably. All right. Hi.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
Sure.
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies.
Yeah, I'm talking.
If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Sure. Okay. Stuff's on the console. Got it. Okay. So, while we're out about doing stuff, we have to scan things, like wildlife and minerals. That's totally doable. Can absolutely do that. Now, let's go speak with Kesh. And then we might be done with stuff to do on the Nexus for a minute? Who knows? No, wait, there's still that jail guy. Wait, you're that jail guy, aren't you? Hi.
all personnel.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanted to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Yeah, well, people say you're innocent. Also, wasn't there a rebellion? Didn't that involve murder?
Your wife's all broken up over this. She says you didn't do it, and that she loves you.
She's a wonderful person. At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
And then he died.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. A witness saw the chief's chest explode.
Well, that does suck.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
We were close. He was a stubborn son of a... I admired that about him. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
Okay, well, I know there's been a trial or anything, but there were no protagonists present, so let me investigate.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Okay, go see Kandros about that. Can totally do. Hey, Kandros, can I prove that you're a bad cop or something, please?
No news on the Turian Ark yet. Or is this militia business?
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
Oh! Oh, okay. So this guy was convicted of killing that guy before the... Okay. I take back every criticism I've had. He's totally the first murderer. Aside from the whole, he probably didn't murder the guy thing, but let's put that to the side.
Doesn't seem right to put all that on him.
Of course it isn't, but that's the perception. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up. His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you assume he's lying.
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there.
Ooh.
As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Fair enough.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder. The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
All personnel, be aware of...
Well, that sounds bad.
Security is on heightened alert.
Cassidy, can you offer any explanation for why that murderous man wouldn't murder that man? Because that sounded like a murderous man.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Sarah Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
So if he looks at Nilken and shouts no, could there have been something behind Nilken?
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other.
It's true.
But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer.
It's not what I
In
asked.
retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
I mean...
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
That's fair. That's totally fair. So now we have to go bug Tan about this just to get permission? We haven't even left the ship yet. Tan sent me to do like 9 things, none of which were investigate the murder I already prosecuted, and now we're gonna go back to him and say, hey buddy, we haven't done any of the 9 things you told us to do. Instead, we've been investigating this cold case murder where the killer is sitting in jail. By the way, can I have permission to go prove that you were wrong to throw this man in jail? Yeah, sure, fine, let's talk to Tan. Hi, Tan.
Something I can help you with?
I'm looking into the Nilkin-Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The body can reveal much. Why are we flirting with Director Tan? He's a Solarian. They don't... Anyway.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Hi, Kesh.
Yes, I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all. There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Jian Garson, was killed.
Tell me about her.
What happened to Jian Garson?
She was killed.
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
Already talked with him. Got a plot dump. Thanks.
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
I see. Speaking about your people, you mentioned your clan. What's up with them?
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan, ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
And that did not happen.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place.
Oh dear.
It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
Okay, so why are you still here?
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Okay. Broker future peace talks. Save the station. protect the clan because the station is really their best chance of survival. That makes sense. Please tell the people who never played Mass Effect 1 through 3 what the genophage is.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the
Why
Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
It's very interesting to me the way Ryder phrased that. When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with the genophage. That makes it seem as though during the trip to Andromeda, somehow these Krogan fixed the genophage. Like, I know that in the timeline, these missions left the Milky Way sometime between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, right? I think that's when they left. And I know that the player does not know years. You cannot tell the player, oh, we left in this year, and the player will know what that means. Because I am the player, and I could not fucking tell you what any of these fucking years mean. I have it in my head that we found the ruins on Mars in 2169. And I don't think that's true. I just think it's funny because it's 21 nice. Okay? So it's like the late 22nd century or so, but the entire Mass Effect trilogy takes place over a span of like 3 to 5 years. So you have to be very precise, and as a player, I'm not going to be very precise. There is a big difference in Mass Effect 1 through 3 lore between, say, 2181 and 2184. But if you tell me, oh, we left in 2183, I don't know off the top of my head. The genophage was cured in Mass Effect 3, which takes place in 2184. Okay, so you have to tell the player somehow that no matter what choice they made in Mass Effect 3, these Krogan are still dealing with the genophage. I think there was a better way to do that than to have Ryder say, when we left the Milky Way, you were still dealing with the genophage. Because it's as if, say, a mission leaves Earth today to go to the Andromeda Galaxy, and then 600 years later, we all wake up, and someone says to another person, when we left the Milky Way, water was wet. Like, is water not wet in Andromeda? I think water's pretty wet. It's awful moist over there in Andromeda. These Krogan, presumably, are still all genophagey. So, anyway, now that we have had the first week of Krogan History 101 with regard to the genophage, please let us move on to the second week with the whole the Solarians developed it and the Turians implemented it thing.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
Yeah, but is there a cure now?
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Okay, so the game knew They had to have Krogan because the Krogan are kind of integral to the whole universe thing. And the game knew that it didn't make sense to send any Krogan if only 1 in 1,000 Krogan born survive. So they had to come up with a way to hand-wave the genophage without just hand-waving the genophage. And instead, they've just hand-waved the genophage. Something something gene therapy. Something something natural mutation. Something something low enough birth rate that they're still mad about it, but high enough that they can support a functioning colony. Something something don't think too hard about it. Look over here. There's something shiny over here. For the love of God, don't think about it anymore. Okay. I don't have anything else for you.
Nothing more for now.
See you later.
Can't believe you didn't give me a single goddamn mission, but okay. Fine. Hey, listen, Sabotage Chick. Can you not sabotage my shit, please? Sabotage Chick? Oh, Sabotage Chick. Where'd you go? Aha!
What's the latest about
I've caught you mid-sabotage, Sabotage Chick.
Zara Kellis?
Yes?
I have evidence you've been sabotaging the Nexus.
What? No, I'd never... I've been looking into this myself. I have the scans to prove it. Here. I'll transfer the scans I took to your Omni tool.
Funny. Raj was investigating the same thing, and it led us to you.
My scans point at Raj as the one. So unless someone was setting us both up, I just don't understand.
The data Miss Callis has accumulated is strangely similar to Mr. Patel's. A third party seems likely.
Ooh, maybe she has been set up.
Looks like someone is using both you and Raj to cover their tracks.
They'd need pretty high-level access for that. Still,
Damn.
It's better than thinking Raj could have done this. But it means all the data I have is useless. Wish I had access to the security cams. I bet we could find something there.
You stay put, so whoever did this doesn't realize we're onto them. I'll check out the security cams.
I am not...
Raj, you there?
Yes. How did it go? Is it really her?
Wasn't her. She had proof pointing at you. I figure someone's been messing with you both. Just keep a low profile and don't talk to anyone. I'm on it.
Okay, that sounds lovely, but I am not going back there right now. We are absolutely not doing that quest right now. Instead, let's go to the other thing that we have to do here on the ship, which is, like, you know, the plot. Yeah, we might as well do the plot.